Hello and welcome to another edition of Micks Mowers. I've got my woolly hat on today because it is just a little over 0 degrees. In fact, it's probably about 1 degree, 1 to 2 degrees out here at the very most. So it is particularly nippy. However, the wind is down today, so I shouldn't have no wind interference. I have bought a external mic with a wind muffler or shield on it, so that should be coming Wednesday. So with a bit of luck, those issues will be sorted. So what have we got in today's edition? Today's edition is a Honda HRX 476, I believe. It came in as part of a job lot of lawnmowers that I purchased. The two haters, one of which you've already seen me repair, the other one was actually just put petrol in it and away it went. So the Honda at the moment, I haven't worked on it at all. It's been at the back of a shed because it's a pricey little item, and if I can get it up and running, then it will sell for a very pretty penny indeed. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's check out this Honda lawnmower. So these are the three lawnmowers that I got in as a job lot. Two little hater 41s, one Hawk and one Harrier. The Harrier on the end, you see me put a new pull cord on, new height adjustment bar. I did a complete diaphragm gasket change on that. That's now all up and running and up for sale. And that's got a rear roller on the back of it. Whereas the Hawk, that's only got the 4 wheels on the back of it. But as I say, that one, I put a new spark plug in it and that one just started straight up. So that was fantastic. The Honda HRX 476, that's the big lawnmower. That's the one with the rotor clutch on it as well, and the drive, and it's all singing, all dancing, and they go for a serious amount of money. I think I paid £70 for the job lot of lawnmowers, so I'm already in profit as soon as one of the haters goes for sale, and the rest will be just sheer profit. So let's get the haters out of the way and then we'll have a good look around this little Honda. Right, and here it is. So, I mean, to be fair, the bodywork is in absolutely fantastic condition. The pull cord looks pretty good. It's got a height adjustment on the back. It's there. She's on a single lever. That seems a bit stiff. So if it doesn't want to go down into the lowest, into a highest setting very well. I think it's catching up here actually. So that could be an easy fix. It's got a fuel tap on and off. Just back there. Let's check out the air filter. God, the air filter is brand new. It's actually brand new. So someone has loved this little lawnmower, but for some reason they deemed it as not working. So okay, let's see if we can start it up. So this has been in my shed since probably October. There is fuel in there. I'm just going to put a bit of fresh on top of that. Now, it's got a service. When it last had a service on here. Let's just check the date out on that, which is quite interesting. So it says here, next service due date April 2018. So it had a service in 15, which is good to know. Let's see if we can't fire this little girl up. Let's just check the oil first before I do anything. Let's have a little look. Oh my word, that was on the tight. God. The oil is fantastically clear. It's right up to the maximum where it should be. I don't know if you can see that, but the oil is fantastic. Okay, so that's good. Let's try and fire it up. Spark plugs on. Yeah. Overhead valve cover is completely cold, exhaust manifold is cold, so I haven't tried to fire this up yet. Let's have a go, let's see what happens. Not want to choke. fuel turned on. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a working lawnmower. Let's check out to see if the rotor clutch works on this mower. Yeah, that's the rotor clutch working. Now let's check the drive. Okay, so we have no drive. So that's why it was part of a Part X or chopped out. The drive isn't working on this lawnmower. And I did hear a slight clunk coming from around here somewhere. So let's get it up on the table and let's have a little investigate as to what's going on. Okay, so just going to turn that fuel off. Right, lovely. Okay, so it's got no drive at all, and I did hear a clunk, little mark there. So this top of the lawnmower I've not actually worked on before, but it looks like it's in really, really good condition. So let's have a quick see if this cover comes off. I think it does. If that comes off, then we could be into a bit of a winner to get the access needed for looking at this drive issue. So let's get on with it. There is freezing cold out here today. Let me just pull my sockets a bit closer. I'm guessing it's going to be around about 13mm to get in there. No. 12 will do. I need to keep an eye on my battery levels today because of the weather. It zaps the old batteries on the GoPro, so that comes off. Got another little washer there that was trying to sneak out. And looks like I've got two Torx. I know they're Phillips. Let me go a quick Phillips screwdriver. Okay, let's have these two off here. I'm assuming they're the right ones. To come off. Excuse fingers. That one there. Let's just adjust the height a bit. Good. This would be really nice if it is just a simple fix, because I would be in some serious amount of profit then. There goes the washer. You're seeing this first time I am. Does that actually come off or not? That must come off. Can't just sit there surely. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go, lovely. Okay. Right, the sad news is it looks like it's all there. It's on all the cogs as it should be. I did hear a grinding noise. I wonder if there's not some kind of tensioner. That's the tensioner there. Let's put it back on the deck and let's see what it's actually doing or not doing, because there's something just not quite right here. Take that washer off as well. Yeah, let's put it on the deck and have a quick look now and see what's going on. Rightio, so let me fire it back up and then we'll see if this drive is actually working or not. Maybe let's see what's going on. Okay, so it seems to be it's getting caught up, I would say, in and around here. It's not quite on that pulley correctly. That seems to all be adrift. I'm not quite sure as of yet as if the drive is actually knackered on this or not, so a bit more investigation is required, I think. Okay, so up in there you can see the cog and the belt is actually on that cog there. I'm just wondering if it's on the front cog. It all seems to be connected. I mean, this can't be something catastrophic. The belt doesn't look in great shape, I must admit, from what I can see. But let's have a little closer look into seeing if that belt is connected to the other side. Right, I've got it on its side now. I'm going to try and get this cover off without taking the blade off, because these have been impacted on and I don't have an impact as of yet, just saving up for one. So I'm going to try and get this cowling off if possible. The spark plug HT is turned off, so I'm guessing, and this is guesswork, I've got to undo this Torx down the bottom here, maybe that engine bolt just there, there's a bolt up here possibly, just to try and get this off. I have a suspicion that the belt is not on, but with these Hondas it's particularly difficult to actually locate the belt pulley on the front. I just can't quite make it out. But anyway, let me try and get this cowling off first and see how we go. If not, I might have to take this down to my local mechanics just to get these nuts undone. I have tried and I don't want to round them off, so I'm going to do these 3 bolts first and then I'll come back to you. Right, so mission so far, I've taken this bolt out here. This is an engine bolt. This one here, which was a Torx screw. There's also one just up here, which is a 10mm bolt, and I've also removed the spring that connects from here up to here, literally just clips on. So that's what I've removed. There's a little tiny clip to undo, which is in here. Just by putting the screwdriver in there, tip that back, that then comes adrift, and then with the blade on you should be able to manipulate that out. I've got a bit of grass debris in there, which is not going to be helping. That might be why that height adjustment wasn't going all the way up. Okay, let's have a little sneaky peek in here to see what we can find. I need to get my camera in there. The belt is severely worn, which is not a good sign. So it'll probably be a new belt at least, and to do that, this is going to have to come off. But let me just see if I can see where it is on the pulley. It might be easier actually if I take the GoPro off and put a GoPro in there. I might be able to see a bit better what's actually occurring. The belt seems so slack, it's not even funny. So I'm just going to replay this clip to see what I can see on the camera, because at the moment I can't see a thing. So but maybe you'll be able to show me in a bit. Yeah, there's definitely something going on with this belt, because I can see some bits of cord which looks like some of the belt is frayed. within that drive system. So I'm guessing I just want to tie back this dead man's handle to see if this drive then becomes solid. Let me just do that quick cable tie. That off, and that seems very, very loose. I don't think it's a problem with this drive, you know. I think, judging by the state of this belt, because that dead man handle is now in, and look how much slack is on here. That cannot be driving that. But on the plus side, if we look now that dead man's handle is actually connected, if I now spin that pulley, that drive is now turning. It was. Let me take the belt off, spin it by hand. So that is now actually driving that system both ways. So I would say it's not actually, there's a bit of slack in there. So that does want sorting out. But when the weight of the mower is actually on there, I dare say that would probably be okay. There must be some adjustment here also I can play with. It does need a bit of adjustment on there, but as it goes, see that chain starting to come off, let's see. So that is now spinning and driving as it should. So the problem's got to be this end, and until I can get this off, we're stuck. Oh, for an impact gun. Gotta have one. I can't even locate the pulley that that's supposed to sit on. It's not even funny. Right, so I might get down to my local mechanics and get this impacted off, because I've started to round that one off already, and I don't want to. If I round it off, I've had it. So this one I can undo. That one I've already sorted. I think it was 1/2 inch, was it? No, a bit bigger. A bit bigger than that. 14 then. Yeah. So that one I've already got. That was on there really tight, but this one, it just does not want to come. So I might just try it one more time, risk it for a biscuit. I'll get a metal ratchet and put it on and see what I can do. So let me come back to you. Rightio, it's just been down my local garage, and with his impact he was able to get that blade nut undone for me. So super chuffed, which just goes to prove I need to get myself an impact. So with that now off, we can now take the blade off. Which I'm happy with. Put them bits to one side. That plate as well, that all goes together. I'll lose no bits. Right, now the next thing is to undo this one. Now apparently that should just undo with a good knock, so it says. That's turning the entire engine. That's what it said, a good sideways action. Let me figure that out, I'll come back to you. Right, so what I'm going to do, that isn't coming off, so I'm going to take the full cord assembly off the top, put a spanner on the top. I'm hoping to stop that flywheel from spinning. So let me just adjust up a smidge better. So let's get a like 10 mils. Where's my 10mm nut driver? 8, 9, everything but undo those 3. And I'm hoping that'll give me the give me a hold of a crankshaft, so I can undo that bit at the bottom. And that'll give me access to the main nut, you see. So let me grab a quick socket to put on that nut, and then we can then attack the bottom. So I've now got a socket on the top of the flywheel. and a spanner on here. I'm hoping with a bit of jiggery poke this should now come off. And again, looks like it's on there colossally tight, probably with an air gun as well. Just want to make sure it doesn't go around the other way, because that would be stupid of me. Righto. Yeah, it goes. Got her. Good. So yeah, put a socket on my top to release that nut. So now I can take that off. And this is your rotor clutch under here. We move some tools. We've got quite a collection of tools now going on. It's better. And let's remove this rotor clutch. It should come in 3 bits, I believe. 1, 2, yeah, 3 bits in there. So keep it as it is and put the nut back on top. Okay, we're now starting to win. So next, I believe I've got to disconnect this spring and that cable, and all of that should slide out. In fact, it's going to now. There's a bit of resistance there, so I'm going to disconnect. Let me just get you in there so you can see. Just going to disconnect this cable here, just there, and I'm going to disconnect this spring as well, and that should get rid of all the tension on here. So I'll get it done now. Right, well that was nice and straightforward. I had to get a flat-headed screwdriver up inside here to release the spring, which is particularly fiddly, and then the cable then just came out as usual. So now that's coming out, I'll try and keep all the bits together where I can so we can see what's going on. Okay, right, so the first one I'm seeing, we've got so much debris on this pulley, loads of stuff on there that needs to come off. Let's try and keep this all together as it was. There's a keyway there, so yeah, keyway's in the back. Okay, so I've got to clean this all off this pulley. That cable doesn't seem to want to come out of there. That must be something to do with that little tiny piece just there, like a little grommet. So it just dropped. Right, nobody move until I find it. Let's take that cable out of the way. That's it. Where's that little grommet gone? Can't have gone far. So I've only been working here, but I'm going to need that, so I'll have a look for it in a minute. It can't go far. Right, so here's the clutch assembly itself of the drive assembly. And as you can see, you've got all this gunk and stuff in here, all this string. That's definitely not going to be helping matters. Let me clear that off and then we can go from there. Right, I've got it all cleaned off, and that's what was all wrapped around the pulley. And I would say that, yeah, that's part of the fan belt all day long. And I have just located that little tiny grommet, which is hiding down in there. Oh, that's just made it worse. Let me just tip this mower over so I can perhaps see it. But he's in here somewhere, I've just seen it. I want to get that back out. Screws camera. There it is. Got her. So not losing no bits today. Okay, so that went on the cable thing, didn't it? That's right. So here's the fan belt, and as you can see, that's knackapoodied. That's a southern term. So that's had it. Let me see if I've got something similar to fit, because I can't put that back on. So bear with me, let's go into the shed and see what belts I have got. Right, I've got a selection of belts. Quick slurp of the old coffee. Let's see what we got then. So that's the old one, and it's got no teeth on it, so I'm going to exclude that one for now because he's got teeth on him. That looks way too thick. He don't look too bad. He's a little bit shorter by about ½ inch, that one. Well, there's that one there, that's even shorter. But I'm guessing this one may have expanded. So let me try and fit one of these other ones on to see if that will go on, and then hopefully we can start to put it back together. So I'm just going to fit this blade of this belt back onto the rear drive roller, which is located just in here. That's going to go over the back of that, like so. Feed it through onto the shaft and then over. That's the idea. So let me try and feed it on now. Right, I couldn't get one of them other belts on, so I'm going to use the one with teeth, and that actually sits in that cog relatively well, and I have got it over the main shaft. The other two wouldn't even go over the shaft. So next thing I'm going to do is try and feed this pulley system back on. Now it's got a keyway gap just there, which goes onto the main shaft. So just going to fit that on now. Right, I just changed the battery. He was running a bit low, lads. Oh, that's one I've fallen off. Oh, a bit of grease on there, a bit of crud on there as well. Let's have it out whilst we're there. Take it all out. That's not all going to help, see? Right, that's better. Right, that went in there somewhere. Like that. So line it up with a keyway, which is going to be, without my fingers. In fact, let's take this off the back pulley, so I better get better access to rotate that, and let's put it on the front as it is, and then, yeah, it's better, and then negotiate that into its setting on the keyway, which is down there somewhere. I wonder if that went round the other way. Doesn't seem to want to go that way. No, it must go that way. Okay. Keyway is there, a bit loose, don't want to be losing it. That does not want to go on there for some reason. Keyway's coming out as well. Let's turn it around. That's better. Let's line that up properly. That's it. That's better. Alright, and then that bit then goes on. So that was there, that cable sits in there, so the cable can go, it must go that way round. Yeah, happy with that. With a little grommet that sits in there, like that. Then we can marry up, that can go onto the pulley system now, can't it? Which is being a pickle. That way, that way. Yeah. And that can all go onto there. Like that. Got to pull the cable back into its housing, which is there like that. Right, all I've got to do now is just hook the drive back on and reconnect the spring, which I'm going to do now. Right, so the drive belt is on, but I'm having problems with this spring, so I'll show you a little way of how I get around these sort of issues. Let me get the spring back out. There's not a lot of room to negotiate on these Hondas, that's the problem with them. When they're running lovely. All the time they are. When they're not, they can be pickles. So let me just have this collar back out again. Take that off. Put it back on, which is there. So what I do, a bit of that fan belt that come off, literally tie a knot into that, one end of it, and this is going to be the end that goes on the far end clip, which you can't get access to. So tie it on there, like so. Then you can feed the little tiny spring clip into place. I might have to take it back out again to do that. Yeah, put that into place there where it belongs. Pop. That one goes back on again. Which now doesn't seem to want to. That spring can then go behind. Pull the string all the way around behind it, like so. That just doesn't seem quite home to me. I think it is. There it goes. Didn't think it was. Now that bit of string there, you can now pull on that, and that'll give you the tension required to put it back onto the clip, which is all the way up in here. So let me get a screwdriver, maybe good, just to wrap that around 2 or 3 times, just to get a decent purchase on it. And then, hopefully, if it holds, we should be able to pull that spring, it's a bit narrower, pull that spring up and over the housing, which is going to be there. And that's that, simple. So there's a nice little trick for you. That one you can have for free. Okay, with a craft knife, just cut that bit of string off, like so. Yeah, it's got him. Right, slurp of the old coffee. Okay, so that's all in now. Cable's in, grommets in, belt's on the pulley, and there's a lot more tension there now, which is good. Let's start to put the rest in. So we have this little doodad here, look, and as you can see, look, all that's got to come off. Now that, let's try and spin this around a smidge without losing the keyway. Guessing it's that way. Just got to find the keyway, wherever it may be, which is there. There it is. Okay, maybe that way. I might have to look at the video to see which way that come off. In fact, I'm going to do that quickly, just a quick double check which way that went off, but I'm guessing it is right because that bevel sits in there, but let me just double check on the video which way around that goes off. Okay, so just reviewed the video, and yeah, that outer bevel bit here sits snug into there, so a bit more crud in there. Let's just get some of that out. In there. Let's just get them bits out of there. They don't live in there. That goes in next, followed by the clutch. Okay. Right. Happy with that. Now all of that should sit onto there, I believe. I didn't take that out and put it around the way, did I? I wouldn't have said so. No, that's got a shining surface there. So, okay, that one goes onto there like so, and then that sits onto there like so, followed by the big nut which goes on there like so. Let me get it tightened up and I'll come back. Right, so that's now tightened back up as it should do. That's all now spinning on the drive as it should do. The chain looks very, very sloppy, but when I put it on the ground, that should tighten up. Okay, so I can't do anything else to it now apart from put it all back together and test it. So if it's not this belt, then it's got to be the transmission. If it's a transmission, that's a whole new ball game. But let's get involved in the put this back together. Got all my bits and pieces over here. I've got a spring to put back on at the top end in a minute, mustn't forget that. So let's start by putting some bits back together. Let's bring in the cowling, which goes on like so. There's a clip to line up. That's it there. That goes in there. That one goes in there. Right. So I want my torque screw first, which is a bottom one. Let me just zap me down a bit. Yeah, torque screw here goes in there. This also had a weld repair on the drive I've just seen as well. It's been welded. So, but isn't it a shame that, you know, if this was only serviced a couple of years ago, you'd have thought that belt would have lasted. So maybe the bloke who serviced it didn't actually take it apart and redo the belt. Hey ho. Engine bolt in. Should have two of them. I'm only seeing one. That goes up there, so that's one engine bolt. It'll be here somewhere. There she is, hiding. And they should be 14 mils, maybe 12. Could be a 12. That seems a bit big. What's that on there? That's a 13. That should be a 12 I want. Let me find my 12 mil. Okay. That one. That one. And I'll ratchet. Let's nick them up. Got to be on that tight because they're engine bolts. On that tight. Okay, so the next one is to do is a little tiny spring. Let's put in the bolt first. I think that's a 10 mil, and that sits just in there like so. You're getting that, are you? That's it. Just bring it around a bit of a better view. That's a 10 mil in there. And let's wind that one up. Doesn't seem we want them going in. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. The only thing that concerns me is this chain does seem really, really loose. So I'm hoping to find an adjustment on that. Okay, that's that. Next is the spring. Now all the spring does, literally, it sits on the end of this clip just here, where my finger is, clips onto there, and then comes back onto this little clip just here. So let me try and get that sorted now. Okay, I got her, but that was quite tricky. But she's on now. I'll cut that off. Right, so that's all now in place, and funnily enough that tension's now come back onto that, so that'll be a tensioner for it. Right, let's drop it down. What's next? We've got to put the blade back on, is next, which is over here. Two bolts, two washers. So the washer goes on first, that sits in there, that lines up with those. That one goes on together. And let's start him off. I shan't be doing these up as tight as they were last time, I know that. Because they were on there. Well, there's one, that started. Now what's important with this is that if it all works, fantastic, but what I need to do now, I need to go indoors, have a cup of coffee, quick warm up, and let this engine, all the oil go back to where it was originally, because it's been sat up for a little while now, and it's not going to do it no favours if I try and start it straight away. So once I get this blade back on, I'll sit it up on its wheels and roller, and then we'll We'll give it 5-10 minutes just to let all go back. I might take the spark plug back out to pulling the oil out that's outside of the inside the cylinder, inside the main cylinder. But right, I'm gonna nick them up, go and have a cup of coffee, and then I'll come back and we'll give it a go, see what happens. Right, that's the new battery in. Let's get the pull cord back on. It's got to find the 3 nuts for that, which are in my pocket. Excuse me, cup of coffee. Let's put them on there. Right, so initially this machine, it was all running apart from the drive, and as we all know with these Hondas, the drives are particularly expensive once the transmission goes, but I'm hoping we might have fixed it. This lawnmower has now been standing for about 15 minutes, so all the oil should now gone back to where it needs to. So let me just put you up in the air a touch more. So we can see what's going on. And we're looking for the drive to kick in. Quick slurp of the old coffee. Right. Spark plug HT lead on. So that's the drive we're after. Bit of that. Yeah, straight. Okay, what a fantastic result. So this Honda lawnmower is now up and running. The drive now works, the rotor clutch works, the air filter is clean, so is the spark plug and so is the oil. I might just give the blade a little once over just so it's ready for the season coming. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Micks Mowers. If you did, don't forget to like and comment, and also hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so when I release another video you'll get a little notification to say I've done so. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you again real soon.